Hi Aquarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your November 2022 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, take out the cross spread as always, and also pulled 4 agreements, wisdom, the oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of what your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, so we have Mercury, and Mercury's going to be in Scorpio for the first couple weeks of November, and it'll move into Sagittarius. So for you guys, it'll be moving from your 10th house of career and social status into your 11th house of friendships, groups, hopes, and wishes. Alright, we have 12, and 12th house energy for you guys is Capricorn. Astrologically speaking, we have Pluto there, of course, but other than that, nothing going on there. And we have Aries. So Aries is actually your 3rd house communication. And in November, Jupiter won't be in there anymore, but Chiron will still be there, and we pretty much just had that Aries full moon conjunct Chiron too, so maybe you'll still be feeling the effects of that in November. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. I can't remember if I mentioned, but Aries is your 3rd house communication too, so that could definitely be an impact with communication this month. Alright, so main situation, you have the Page of Wands, the 3 of Cups, Temperance, and then challenging all that, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So what I see with this primarily could just be saying that you guys might actually be on the lookout for possibly a new work environment. And maybe you're finding some that you would find actually to be suitable, and actually you feel like you'd enjoy being in those workplaces, but the challenges could be that maybe the finances aren't as much as you'd like, right? So be one of those things where you're finding yourself with a trade-off, like, okay, I could stick with something that maybe pays a little better, but I'm not going to enjoy as much, or I could actually take part in this more enjoyable work environment, but maybe the pay won't be as good. For some of you, if it's not just that, it could just be saying that maybe you have found something recently that's a decent paying job, and you're actually getting out to celebrate with friends around that. And the last thing I see is possibly friends are actually helping you find a new job in the situation. So definitely seems to be primarily career related, at least in person. All right, in the foundation position, we have Judgment reversed. So to me, it says that you probably are looking for something more new than revisiting the old, because to see this in the reverse position says to me, especially given that I view this as Scorpio energy, which is your 10th house of career, could just be saying that you might have had an offer made to you from a previous employer, and you just might have felt like it just wasn't the right fit for you. All right, past energy, we have the 3 of Wands. So Aries energy here, which we also saw on the dice, which it could be saying that, maybe you've put out your resume, right? You made it known that you were interested in looking for something new, and maybe you were just going through that process of waiting to see if some offers came your way. Right, Knight of Cups energy, to me, well, this is Pisces energy, which is 2nd house of finances for you guys, but also could just be saying that you might actually have gotten a couple of offers, right? And some of them might have been appealing to you on an emotional level too. So like I said, yeah, maybe you found a workplace that seemed really awesome, but the only thing holding you back from accepting it is maybe the pay isn't what you don't, right? So something along those lines there. But yeah, it does look like you will be getting some kind of offer this month for sure. All right, and in your future position, we have the 6 of Cups. So the way I see this, it's almost like this comes to the awareness of your current employer, I feel, and because of that, they might be attempting to extend an olive branch to you now, right? So they hear, oh, Aquarius is looking for some other potential employment, right? Now all of a sudden, now they might try to sweeten up the deal where you're currently at, where they should have probably been doing that to begin with, right? Maybe that was why he started to look for employment elsewhere to begin with. So yeah, sorry, it seems to be so heavily career focused, but that's just the energies that it's giving me right now. Could be also around a romantic connection too, where maybe they see, oh, Aquarius is going back out and dating again, right? But now all of a sudden they're trying to put in effort because of that. So maybe they just banked on you not trying to do that for a while and figured, oh, I'll just do what I got to do and then maybe come back around later. All right, in the position of your influence and situation, we have the 5 of Swords. So this is Aquarius energy here for one, but usually we try to refrain from engaging in this type of dynamic, right? This is usually going into something, no, that there's nothing productive coming out of it, but just more of like a petty type of battle. So For some of you, this could just be saying that you might purposely be playing these options off of each other, right? Like making it well known that, oh yeah, I have these other options available, with the hopes that they would step up their offer too. So if that's the case, that could be a little bit risky, but that's kind of what I see there. And for others of you, if there's a bridge that you definitely want burned, that could be you really making sure that you make it clear to them, right? So if this is a former employer, like I said, or an ex coming back around that you didn't want to have come back around because you feel like they had plenty of opportunity to do right by you and didn't take that opportunity, now you can just kind of be blowing them off, basically. All right, in the environment position, we have the Two of Cups. So yeah, definitely looks like there is a new offer at play. However, obviously people do tend to think more love with the cup energy in this card, but could just be a meeting of minds in general, right? Looks like two people with things in common, talking, getting to know each other. So it could be an employment situation or a romantic connection. All right. In hopes or fears position, we have the Queen of Wands. So I feel like this is saying you want to be seen for who you are, right? As far as I feel like this is saying that you can embrace the more feminine energy, but you also know when to step in and put yourselves out there too, right? So you want to be respected for both sides of you in that regard, where it's like you want to have your output taken seriously, but at the same time understand that okay, you don't always need to be taking the lead, right? Maybe you would like others to chip in sometimes as well. Right. And in the outcome position, we have the Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and Six of Pentacles. So it's interesting to me. Again, this is two opportunities, right? So it could, like I said, it could be as simple as we see the three wands there. Maybe you applied to three different jobs, and then two of them might actually come forward and be trying to court you, and maybe the third one might even be your current employer, right? So it could just be one of those things where you have the multiple opportunities coming in. But either way, I feel like this is saying that you will have the opportunity to have the balance restored, right? Or maybe this would be one of those things where you find that happy balance between, okay, I want something that pays decently, but also I can enjoy, right? So maybe you're not going to get the best of both, but you could find a nice combination of the two that you feel is a good balance for you. And if that's the case, be on the lookout for that full moon eclipse in Taurus, given that this is a Taurus energy here. That'll be around the 8th to 9th of November. So maybe you'll start to see some shifts around that time. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. So to me, this is kind of you guys just playing your cards close to your chest, right? Like, okay, you're not going to give up too much information, right? You're just going to see what the best opportunity is out there and just take your time around it. And definitely seems to be more financially related for most of you, but like I said, it could be romantic connections as well. All right, moving on to your Four Agreements card. We have be impeccable with your word, and it says become a white magician. So it says all the magic you possess is based on your word, and you cast spells all the time with your opinions. You can either put a spell on someone with your word, or you can release someone from a spell. So interesting message there, because that kind of makes me think of that Five of Swords energy that I was talking about, right? Where I was saying, like, for some of you, you might actually purposely be playing these opportunities off each other to see what the best would be, or others of you, like I said, it could be one of those things where if it's someone who kind of didn't do right by you in the past when they had ample opportunity to, you might almost kind of be giving back on them in a certain way around that. But hopefully this resonated with you either way. And then moving on to your Four Agreements, Wisdom Oracle card, we have Peace. There's the artwork, and the number is 23. So we'll see what this says. Okay, it says freedom from attachment, radical acceptance. The Oracle's message. It doesn't get any better than this. A quiet mind, the heart fulfilled, freedom from want, and the soul satisfaction. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful. Enjoy it. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message there. Quiet mind made me think of that High Priestess energy, but hopefully it resonated. The relationship message says when two people are in true alignment with one another, they have an innate harmony between them. They are as two perfectly tuned instruments playing together. Sometimes it's impossible to tell who is who. Peace is yours and it is to be savored. So yeah, it definitely makes me think of that Two of Cups energy we see in the environment position. So yeah, like I said, maybe you're just finding a really good connection where you have that good meeting of minds between you. The prosperity message says this is one of those times when you're capable of clear vision about your work and how you create your prosperity. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You're called by a presence to step into your power. Just being is enough, for you are in peaceful harmony with spirit, and it shows in your work. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message there too, and that could show why you might be getting multiple offers as far as employment goes, right? So hopefully that resonated as well. And lastly, we have a mudra for you guys. So this is your mudra here. It's the Shakata mudra, and the keyword for it is deliverance. All right, and there's the info on it there. If you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say, but the benefits part says strengthens the immune system, facilitates breathing in the lower lobes of the lungs, improves concentration, benefits the large intestine. So if that sounds like a mudra thing would be beneficial for you guys, we'll put the name in the description video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.